And look at some Bernat Sparkle Fur yarn. You probably have seen several other furry eyelash yarns, but this one feels different to me. It feels luxurious. It is so soft. Some of the other eyelash yarns I've felt were cottony and were not soft to the touch, but this is very soft to the touch. It feels wonderful. It is yummy. I think this would be so nice to make something to wear right around your neck, right around your face. And it's sparkly. It has the shimmery strands running through it. I love it. Bernat Sparkle Fur. There's a free pattern on the label to make this hat. For this hat you would need 2 balls of sparkle fur and 1 ball of Bernat Softy Chunky. And that's a crochet pattern. And you can find more patterns on the Yarnspirations website, www.yarnspirations.com. This is Bernat yarn. Oh, the color is cranberry. It's a medium weight yarn. You'd use a size 9 knitting needle, 5.5 millimeter. You get 16 stitches and 20 rows in a 4x4 inch or 10 centimeter square. To crochet, you use a size I, 9, 5.5 millimeter hook. You'll get 10 single crochets and 11 rows in a 4 inch or 10 centimeter square. It is hand wash, lay flat to dry, do not dry clean, do not iron, and do not bleach. 67% nylon, 33% polyester. Each skein is 1.75 ounces or 50 grams, and it is 24 yards or 22 meters. So it's usually hard to find the middle of a skein of this yarn the way I usually do. So for every skein of this yarn, I just take the label off and fluff it out, and you'll find there. You'll find the beginning of it. And you have to use this from the outside. There's no way to find the middle. It's just impossible. It is impossible. So you end up with a little fluffy ball there. And again, like I said, it's an eyelash yarn. The reason it's called an eyelash is because it looks like an eyelash. One of the strands hang down off that center base. Hangs off the base. Eyelash yarn makes a fluffy fabric. So I'm going to try to knit with it to start with. And when you knit, what you're working with is this solid strand. The stuff that's hanging down, you just let it hang. So you just work on that solid strand, and that's what you're knitting with. And you just let the other... Ooh, got it all twisted. Silly me. You let the other stuff just hang around and just let it go where it goes. Don't worry about trying to make it go a certain way. It's not going to work. There. I remember at one time it was such a thing to make eyelash scarves, furry scarves. Everybody was making them. So when you knit with this yarn, you have to feel and find that strand. Because it would be very easy to just knit with some of those other strands that are hanging down and make an extra stitch. So be sure that you're getting that strong, solid strand as you knit each stitch. And you can tell by feeling it with your hands. So I would not recommend this yarn for beginners, because it would be too easy for them to make a mistake. But that's just my personal opinion. If you're a beginner and you want to use it, just give it a try. You might like it. We're not going to worry about trying to do stockinette fabric with this yarn because it's pointless. This yarn has no stitch definition at all, because the fur stands out from whatever you make. So it's best just to stick with the knit stitch all the way through. Just do garter stitch. That's why it used to be a hit for beginners to work with, because they didn't have to do anything except the knit stitch over and over again. And believe it or not, I used to have a friend who didn't like the knit stitch. She preferred the purl stitch. So she did everything in purl stitch only. I thought that was so unusual, but you know, everybody has their thing. So this is how your fabric is going to look as you work with it. It's going to make a nice little furry fluff. So that's what you make with knitting. And crocheting will be the same, but I imagine that it's going to be a little bit more difficult to work with crochet because you're going to have to feel the stitches to find them. So it's not going to be quite as smooth sailing. I really prefer knitting with eyelash yarn. It's just my personal preference. But I'm going to try to crochet with it here. We'll see how I do. Alright, so I have to just feel this. So feel in there. You have to go by feel only because you cannot see the stitches. Okay, so this would not be good for a beginner because they don't know what they're feeling for. It'd be better if you already know how to crochet, then you can feel and you know where to put your hook. But if you're a beginner, you'll be completely in the dark and you'll be like, feel what? And it's pointless to do half doubles or doubles because nobody's going to see what it is that you're doing. So just do everything in single crochet. And the fabric, knitted or crocheted, I missed it. Knitted or crocheted is going to look exactly the same pretty much when you use this yarn, because the eyelash that's sticking out from the fabric is what makes it have that look. So it doesn't matter what craft you're using, you're going to end up with exactly the same thing. So there we go. That's how it works. And like I said, this is very luxurious feeling, really soft. Love it. So that is Bernat Sparkle Fur yarn. You can purchase it online, yarnspirations.com, or at your favorite craft store, or at another online yarn store. So have fun playing with your Bernat Sparkle Fur. See you later. Bye.